What up, guys?
Yo, welcome back to the NGB podcast. So, let's introduce ourselves. I'll go first. My name's Joseph. You next. Hello?
And this is Kalell
Okay.
from Auto.
From
That's fine.
Asgard.
I'm Max, the one and only high status man. Let's get it.
Oh, yeah, by the
High
way,
status dude. Go ahead, sorry.
where's Adam? Are you here? Okay, I'm just having some difficulties, but at least he's with Kalell, so they could always use the same
Yo.
thing. Hello?
Yo, Kalell, let me get in on this. Yo,
What up?
you guys can hear me? Hello.
Yeah, but we can hear you just fine, Adam.
Alright.
Well,
Alright, so first off, let me just say, Max, not only are you our first guest, but you're our first reoccurring guest as well. So congratulations on that. It's good to have
you. I knew I was too high status to only get one episode.
you. Yeah, exactly. So, alright, before we get to the nitty gritty of this episode, I just want to get some. We might as well catch up a bit, but I want to get some things like just out there. So, one, my dog Linda, she was a golden pit bull. She lived to about like 12 to 13 years, and she passed away a few weeks ago. So, rest in peace, Linda. You will be missed. So that's that.
I'm really sorry to hear that, Joseph. You have my condolences.
Thank you. Yeah, she was a good dog. So that's that. The next thing is the box. There's this.
yo,
have you-
over here, look at you. Oh,
Adam's on a.
Continue, Joseph. Continue. He was
Adam's
talking.
going rogue. Okay, so the next thing is that. Have y'all heard about the? Have y'all been paying attention to the YouTube boxing stuff?
yeah,
Like,
somewhat.
yeah, so I'm
Yeah,
excited for it. You know, KSI's back. You got all these other great fights like Salt Poppy versus Josh Bruckner. That's gonna
YouTube
be
boxing's
sick.
making a comeback.
It's been, bro. It's. I'm
I-
telling you, you like influencer boxing is like even more talked about than regular boxing to a certain extent.
I think the last boxing event I watched, and I watched it illegally, but watched nonetheless, was the KSI and Logan Paul one in 2019, late 2019.
Oh, the second one, nice.
I did not. But I only watched the KSI and Logan Paul one, which was funny.
Yeah, but yeah, like there are actually some really good like influencer boxing is still young and stuff, so there's not like we just got to give it time, you know. Excuse me. It's only gonna get better. So, yeah.
I made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I'm really sorry.
Hey,
It's okay, bitch boy. We forgive you.
We forgive you for filming dead bodies in the forest in Japan,
Yep.
buddy.
And making jokes about it. Now that was some old stuff. Honestly,
It's
if you were to
but
diss-
it's gonna haunt him for the rest of his life. Honestly,
yeah, for
like,
sure.
I just don't see that shit going away ever. Like every time I think of Logan Paul, in my mind always just goes to that.
Yeah, anyone who hates Logan Paul right now is because of that crypto scam game or whatever it is, which
Jeez, I heard about that. That was his most recent one, right?
yeah, not as bad as the forest stuff, but still, it's like he scammed people out of money and everything, and he didn't do a good job at like defending himself either. So Yeah. But yeah, that's that. You know. Now, one more thing I want to bring up is that it's the 10th, right? Yep, it's the 10th. So my birthday is on the 17th this month. So I'm gonna be 21 years old, and I'm gonna be going to a bar, getting straight fucking drunk. No, I'm playing. Can y'all hear me? Hello?
He has his mic on mute.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, got it. Just making sure. So, yeah. That's that. Does anyone else have anything they want to throw out there?
Actually, before I graduated at our high school, I was supposed to have a boxing match with Kyle. He never got around to it, but we were supposed to have a boxing match. Would you guys pay to see that boxing match between me and Kyle?
Facts. Yo, can I be on that undercard or whatever? That co-main?
Yeah, who would you fight, Joseph? If you were in the undercard, who would you fight?
You know what? I'm friends with Zach, but I know he would want to fight, so I'd fight Zach.
That would be a good match.
That would be a great.
That would be very entertaining. I can see like a lot of back and forth between you two.
Yeah, he's strong and he's quick, but he's a little unhinged sometimes, so I feel like I would definitely get the upper hand. Plus, I have so much experience. I legit. What's up?
They knew what was up because they saw me looking. Oh, they didn't give me a second. Go get another student.
Oh.
Yo, bros.
But yeah, no, I would fight Zach, or really anyone, you know. They're giving these fucking hands and shit. But yeah.
Fighting, so fun. He loves fighting, so fun. He loves fun, so fighting.
Alright. So now, what up?
Wait back. You're live.
I can't really hear y'all.
Are you tapping here?
Right.
If I believe you.
Yo, Adam, turn off your phone, or because it's making that echo noise. Okay. Alright, there we go. So, now
Jelly?
Now onto the main thing. Now I'm gonna say this. I think Breaking Bad is the best show ever, personally.
That's fine. Yeah, for sure. It's a very beautifully crafted show, in my opinion. It's got great writing from start to finish, and very rarely do shows get better as the show goes on.
Yeah,
like,
every
I've
season.
noticed, like, when they have the first season, in most shows, it's great, and then they do a season 2, it starts to kind of fall off a bit. That's how a lot of shows typically go, but Breaking Bad's the exact opposite. It gets better as you go on, and it gets more intense. You have this fucking adrenaline as you're watching. You're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? It's intense, and all this shit, and
yeah.
Walter White really bosses the fuck up in the show.
Yeah. Bro, I feel like with most shows, I mean, not all of them, but I feel like the first season is, if it's not bad, then it's good, and then the second season is a little better, and then after that it falls off, because the first season sets up, usually the second season and everything. But that's just from what I experienced from the shows I watched. But I see what you're saying too. But yeah, bro, Breaking Bad, just every single season it gets better, and it's like it's crazy, you know. Like season 5 of Breaking Bad is one of the best, if not the best season of any TV show, period. You know? And and also, like, on top of that, Better Call Saul is a perfect prequel to that show.
I told it better. No. Yes, it was.
Hello?
Don't even. It's a worse. Exactly. Yes,
Better Call Saul is definitely different from Breaking Bad, I would say. It doesn't give off the same vibe, but at the same time, it's not really trying to be like
I
Breaking
just
Bad.
finished El Camino.
What it's trying to do is it's trying to give like more insight to the actual timeline of the Breaking Bad universe and the events that go on. So
Yeah.
it's by no means trying to be on that same level, but it's still pretty good. And especially when you get to season 6, that's when you like really start to get on the level of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, yeah, bro. The ending was like, I didn't know how they were gonna wrap it up. Like with everything going on in Better Call Saul, I thought they were gonna like go in another direction, but somehow they took everything that was lit up and somehow had a perfect like payoff at the end. I don't know how they did it, but yeah. And I'm pretty sure that's the finale of the whole universe. I don't think they're making another show or movie around that universe, you know. But yeah. Yo, Adam, what was the how was El Camino?
El Camino? Did you watch it?
I saw
I
I
did.
saw it all. Yeah.
It's
El Camino is an amazing movie, and it's a great continuation. It basically concludes Jesse's story.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Not just that, it has some at the end of it. I will say El Camino progressively gets better as a movie. It starts off kind of slow, but by the end it really kicks up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say it gives closure to Jesse's story because let's be honest, Jesse went through a lot in fucking Breaking Bad.
In my opinion, Jesse suffered the fucking most, dude.
I would say, yeah, I agree. I think Jesse suffered the most for sure in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, because at least with Walter White, at least his family was alive, or most of them.
His family honestly kept trying to forgive him, and he kept fucking it up.
Yeah. Yeah, the only.
Even though I can't say Walter was not completely wrong in everything, like.
No, Walter's a horrible person. I'm sorry.
Walter is a horrible person, but
It's crazy.
he could not control the outcome of Hank.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew Hank was going to die right then and there, but it was still an amazing, like, scene, the way it was acted and everything, and Hank going out like a badass.
That was a crazy episode. That was a really crazy episode. That was like a huge turning point for the ending, I would say. Like, that was a huge turning point for the story. Everything... It was also kind of poetic in a lot of ways, because not only did everything Walt build up for... I think it was season 5, episode 14, which is called Ozymandias, or Mendaeus. And when Walter... It basically just says everything Walter built up for is just a big fuck you. Everything he built up for resulted in Hank dying, and then on top of that, losing all the fucking money he worked for.
The thing is,
Yeah.
we kind of knew he was gonna get fucked over that way.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't going to end well for him regardless.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, don't even get.
But yeah, I think, I'm not sure, I really hope Bryan Cranston won. He definitely won some awards. He had to for that performance
Honestly,
as Walter White. Like, that show that's like stapled Bryan Cranston is one of my favorite actors, just from that show, personally.
I can't say Bryan Cranston is one of my favorites, but he does his role so perfectly. Like that's the only character I could see him playing.
Yeah. The only other thing I could think of is that one movie with it was like a Christmas movie and it had James Franco in it.
Yeah, but dare I say Bryan Cranston, in my opinion, like he did his role was the greatest TV show performance I've seen. The only one that I think rivals him is Anthony Starr, to be honest.
What was it? I didn't hear you.
I think Anthony Starr is the only one that does as good as Bryan Cranston
Oh
in
yeah,
TV.
as in case y'all don't know, that's Anthony Starr. He plays Homelander from The Boys, so there's that. Yeah, I agree with that. Especially like as just a bad person, you know.
Yeah.
You know what's really impressive though, like the fact that they the show, despite Walter being a bad person throughout the show and getting worse, they still
My phone's literally about to die.
okay. Try Adam's phone.
Hello?
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I was saying, y'all could still hear me, right?
Joe?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you guys. Yeah, you guys are fine.
Okay, you weren't talking for a second, so I thought you like cut out or
Me?
whatever.
No, I'm here. I've just been quiet.
Okay. All right. What about Adam? You there? I don't know if Adam's here because of this.
No, I can hear Adam. Adam, can you hear me? Yeah, no, Adam can hear me. Can you hear Adam, Joseph?
I can't hear him or see him.
Well, he's not on camera right now, but he was talking. Do you have his volume down?
I don't think so. It's like loading slowly for me, his thing.
Can you not hear him, Joe?
No.
He can't hear. He can't hear you. That was weird. I mean, he's talking right now for me. Do you have his volume down or am on mute? Like, right click him. Find out.
Full volume. Let me leave and come back.
Oh, hello?
Okay, I could see Adam. Are you muted, Adam?
Hello?
Okay, I hear you. Alright, we're good to go. Okay, so anyway, what I was saying. Oh yeah, Walter White. Like, despite him getting worse and worse as a character, except for maybe the very end. What's it called? He the show still does a good job at like letting me what's it called? Like wanting me to root for him. And I know it's because of Gus. Gus is like arguably like the worst individual in that entire show. So it's like,
You know what's crazy?
what?
Gus may have been the worst character in the he may have been the worst individual, but I honestly think Gus was genuinely really fucking forgiving of Walter.
For the most part, yeah.
He gave Walter so many chances, and Walter kept fucking that up. I won't say but he did manipulate Walter into staying as a fucking cook.
Yeah. Yeah. But even still, like, it's really easy to mess up, like, you know, because obviously Walter's not a good guy. He's obviously, you know, it's easy to
I was
root
just-
against him, but somehow like the show, it takes the like their writing and everything. They do such a good job at making me can't help but root for Walter at times, even if he's not doing the right thing, you know. But yeah, that's
I think Walter's the best character, like in the show. Like, it's not like okay, I'm capping, but Walter's like, yeah, he's just like, for example, his relationship with Skylar. He never. I feel like Skylar gave him another chance, and he fucked that up. Even though Skylar was a shitty wife, but
yeah,
he ruined his relationship with her, Walter Jr. And honestly, I don't think I feel like I started hating him as a character when I found out he really poisoned Brock.
Yeah, I would say that's roughly the time
Yeah.
I really started to hate Walt as well. I agree. That's like around the time they revealed that at the end of season 4. At the end
Yeah,
of
they
season,
did.
They revealed that by showing that he had Lily of the Valley at his house, which meant everything that Walt said to Jesse was just an act. It was just a fucking act on his part.
He lied to Jesse.
No, he was acting. He was bullshitting. Yeah, he was bullshitting.
yeah.
And Jesse fucking fell for it because Walt's
Honestly,
incredibly manipulative.
what point do you say Jesse really went? Like, what was the hardest point I think to happen to Jesse?
I'd say
I
when
would say
when the girl got shot.
well, both his girlfriends died.
Or the
One I would actually count Walt consciously choosing not to save her as murder. I would count that as murder, honestly. Because he made a conscious choice not to save her. He knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing.
yeah, that
I would count that as murder.
yeah, me too. But speaking of that moment, you remember the episode with the fly where they're trying to catch the fly the whole time in season 3? That
episode is talked about a lot.
it's
It is talked about a lot.
Some people don't like it, but personally, I really
I'm
do.
gonna
Like
warn
it.
you guys. My phone's about to die, and so is Kalell. Kalell's already died.
Ah, damn.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's at
Do you have a
least you were
charger?
here.
No,
Well,
Damn.
stick it up your ass then. I don't know what to tell you.
dude, that sucks. We really both forgot our chargers.
Damn.
Hmm.
I mean, at least you were here for some time, so.
I'm genuinely fucking sorry.
No, it's okay. If
Don't worry about
anything, just just hold it up in the sky. Hope some fucking lightning strikes down or whatever. I don't know.
Nah, for
Oh,
Did
there
he
you go.
just die?
There he goes. Oh, your camera's stuttering.
Oh,
Your camera is stuttering.
is it still stuttering?
Yes, it is.
Oh, let me.
There you go.
Okay,
You
good.
got it.
All right. I mean, at least he was here. I guess.
Yeah.
Max is taking over the podcast.
I guess I am. Just me and you, Joe.
But yeah, no. At least Kalell. The only good thing is that I don't think Kalell finished the whole show. I don't think he was really, you know. So at least he won't be like spoiled or anything. So that's the only good thing.
There's that, I guess. Now here's
Here's the.
As we were saying, I would say Jesse went through a lot, obviously, but both his girlfriends dying. I think the moment where it was pretty much guaranteed that he would never work with Walter ever again was in Ozymandias after Hank died and they caught him hiding under the car. They caught him hiding.
Yeah.
when Walt pretty much admits that he watched Jane die, and he pretty much admitted that he consciously chose to kill her, just as one last fuck you to him.
Yeah.
He pretty much just told him that as like a last fuck you, and then it pretty much just guaranteed that Walt and Jesse were never going to work together ever again.
Yeah. I do like that he, I'm not, obviously everything at the end, he didn't redeem himself for everything, but I feel like he did his best for what he was given in that moment to somewhat redeem himself. So I'm glad that the show didn't end like all bittersweet and just say like, oh, you're forgiven for everything and everything's good now. And I'm glad.
I'm glad they didn't glorify Walter for the shit he did, honestly, because like that would have been a really bad ending. I feel like they should have. They definitely. He was a bad ending for Walt was inevitable. It should have been inevitable from the first episode.
Yeah, exactly. But man, it was still. That show changed my the way I look at shows. I wish I watched it sooner, to be honest.
Yeah, I totally agree. It was an amazing show from start to finish. I watched it in 2018 with my dad and my brother.
Oh, why? Wow. Yeah,
and I rewatched it. I rewatched it with someone else back in 2021. My ex.
Oh, nice.
It is what it is. Don't worry about it. Anyway,
okay.
Yeah, no, I rewatched it in 2021, and yeah.
Yeah, I might rewatch it. I should. I don't, and also I'm glad I watched Better Call Saul after it, because even though it's a prequel and everything, the last few episodes of season 6 were excuse me. The last few episodes were I feel like that was also a great way to end the whole thing, the whole universe of Breaking Bad universe.
Yeah. I don't think we need anything else in the Breaking Bad universe anymore. I think Better Call Saul, El Camino, and Breaking Bad, I think that's all we need. I don't think we need anything else in the Breaking Bad universe. I think they should definitely just probably end off that story for good and just start new projects.
Yeah. If they do make something, I'll be happy, but at the same time, I'm happy now,
I'm happy now. And on top of that, I feel like Breaking Bad doesn't really need anything else. I feel like the story is pretty much complete. We know everything that happens with all the characters, really.
Yeah, I guess the only thing I could see them doing is a prequel to the Don Helado and all them, before
Better Call Saul. Like a cartel show? That'd be interesting.
Yeah, see his Don Helado's come up and everything, that would be the only thing I could see them doing if they decided to do it, but like I said,
I don't know.
It's not needed, but it would be welcome if they did that. But oh man, I don't know what my favorite episode is, to be honest. It's definitely one of the last episodes in season 5. It was once the stuff with when he was going to the desert and Hank headed there too, and they killed Hank. It was that episode and on where I was like, okay, these are some of the best episodes in TV history, This show made history, That's just me personally, though.
Yeah, I mean, Breaking Bad definitely did make history. I agree with that. It's definitely one of the greatest shows of all time. There may be even a point where I rewatch it some point in the future. Because 3 years after I watched it, I rewatched it with someone, and there may even come a point where many years down the line I rewatch it with again. Time will tell. Only time will tell. But it really is a great show.
I'm gonna show it. If I have kids, I'm gonna show it to them. I'm gonna be like, "You better fucking like it, you fucking brat. You watch this show, or you're fucking grounded." You know.
Hell yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, no, I think there's not many shows that could compete with it as well. Like, I'd say the only shows that could compete with Breaking Bad sometimes is, well, obviously Better Call Saul, because it's made the same people. Personally, Walking Dead. I know some people would disagree, but I really like Walking Dead.
I have yet to finish the last few episodes of Walking Dead. I've seen most of it. I've seen a good chunk. I've seen parts 1 and 2 of season 11. I've not seen part 3 of season 11 yet.
Well, you're in luck because they just added it to Netflix. So if you want to finish it,
they just added it to Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Okay, that's cool. Maybe I'll finish that up.
Yeah, my brothers are rewatching it as well. They're up to season 2, I think. So they gotta.
Probably. I don't know. I mean, I used to think season 2 was the worst season of Walking Dead, but after some of the later seasons came out, season 2 is still not like good. I definitely feel like season 2 was kind of a waste of time at times, but compared to some of the later seasons we got, season 2 is definitely not as bad.
I really think season 2 is good. It did also used to be my least favorite, but it's only the only reason it's not up there is because they got into some really good stuff afterwards, you know. Especially like I think season 3 to 6 is like the best consistently good run. I'm not saying those are all my favorites. I mean, they pretty much are, but that's like the best consistent run, you know? Season 3 to 6. And then season 7 and 8, which I think are a little overhated in my opinion. They're not the best seasons, not at all, but I still think they're really good. I would actually say, some people are going to hate me for this, but my least favorite season is the first one. And my reasons for that is because, one, it's the shortest season, only 6 episodes. It's kind of more formulaic in a way, like a typical zombie thing, like this, you know, Rick, you know, he's like a typical, Rick is one of my favorite characters from The Walking Dead, but...
Who? Oh, Rick, yeah.
Yeah, but he gets so much, like, see, he's great in season 1, but he gets so much better later on. Even in, like, you know, the seasons that people don't like, he's still great in those seasons, you know? Like, Rick is a standout character.
I really do actually like Rick. I liked him for a while. I definitely feel like they fucked up his character in season 9 when they made him no longer the protagonist. Like, fuck with that. That was kind of dumb. I think that was really stupid, honestly. The fact that they fucked up his character and they did his character dirty in season 9, that was really stupid. And then all of a sudden he's no longer the protagonist. It's no longer his story now. And I'm just like, bro, the fuck?
I actually
I don't know.
I actually really liked the way that they did that. Personally, I can understand why people don't like it, because, you know, some people I guess it could feel like a cop out, or they're writing him out or something, you know. But I mean, hey, it's our opinions, you know.
Yeah, I feel like they made a lot of really, as the show went on. Sure, there were some things I liked about it, but they made a lot of really dumb decisions as the show went on. Like, they did Carl so fucking dirty, especially the actor of Carl. They did him so fucking dirty as well. I think killing off Carl is probably the worst fucking decision the show has ever, by far. The way they did it, too, was so disrespectful. It was so disrespectful as well, the way they did it. And on top of that, the actor said he was wanting to leave anyway, so they're like, okay, we'll just kill you off then. Like, I don't know. The way they did it was just disrespectful.
I think it would have been better. I personally thought it was decent. It's not my favorite death, but I think it would have been better if they had more build up to it, because they didn't really have. It sort of just happened, you know, like we didn't really get to see because they show later how he gets bitten and everything, and then why he's doing some of the things he's doing. But I wish they showed that before instead of as he's dying, That would have made I don't know, I feel like that would have been more impactful, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe they didn't have as many maybe they couldn't do it as well as they wanted to or whatever because of him wanting to leave the show and everything. Maybe, but yeah, it was definitely not my favorite death. I don't even know what my favorite death is, but
I get that not all characters are meant to have plot armor, but the way they did Carl's death they did Carl so fucking dirty.
Yeah.
They did him so fucking dirty.
Fun fact. Well, actually, what's your favorite season of Walking Dead?
I have lots of favorites. Just ask for something specific. Like, what's your favorite song?
Shut up, bitch!
Oh
Make me a
God.
fucking sandwich. Oh, man.
Oh my.
I don't even know what the hell.
That's funny. That's happened to me before.
I didn't even say her name. You know what it is?
Alexa,
it was probably...
What's my name? There you go. Oh, hey, Alexa, stop. Jeez.
Alexa.
Alexa's trying to dox me.
Alexa. Oh, right. I don't have the...
I missed something. Can you say it again?
Oh, I didn't see her Alexa, make me a sandwich. No response.
Wait, let me try. Alexa, make me a sandwich.
Okay, for a sandwich.
What?
Fucking bitch!
Damn.
Why does he get a sandwich and not me, huh? You know what? I'm fucking unplugging you, bitch.
Alright, Oh, he's getting up there.
Unplug that
Check
bitch.
out for Amazon Echo.
I unplugged that robotic bitch.
Damn. It's your ex, Joseph. It's your ex.
Yeah, she'll stick around. I give her this room and everything. She should be thankful.
Yeah, you give her money and stuff.
Oh.
Look at that.
I'm a freaking
Alright.
alpha. Anyway, yeah, what were you saying before?
My favorite season of The Walking Dead. I think season 1 is probably the best season 1 out of any show. Period. The Walking Dead. I am under that belief. I think season 1 of The Walking Dead is the best season 1 out of any fucking show in the universe. Period. It is. Season 1 was fantastic. The introduction of the show, the vibe, the character, the environment, the atmosphere, it was all perfect. Amazing. They could not have done it better.
Yeah, I think it was. Oh god, it was definitely up there for. I'd say. For me, instead of the whole season, it's actually just the first episode is the perfect way to start the show, in my opinion. I'm not saying the rest of the episodes were bad. I really like episode uh, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 5 and 6 are decent, you know. I feel like it slowly gets worse throughout that season. But you know, that's just me personally. For the very first the pilot episode is amazing in my opinion. It's one of those hour long. I love when they do those hour long episodes too, because even with the ones that you don't always expect it, like season 6 episode 4, that was the Morgan episode that showed like how he became like a fucking ninja and everything with the staff.
Yeah, that was actually a really good episode. I really liked that one where it really dived into Morgan's like backstory and like I guess like before he came back to Alexandria and whatnot. Like it really I actually really liked that episode a lot. That was a really good one.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad they, you know, I wish they did more hour-long episodes, but, you know, I can understand. AMC doesn't have, like, the biggest budget all the time. They did at one point. I think it was, like, at the beginning of season 5. That was when they had the biggest budget, or sometime around there. But ever since then, they've never had... And I guess that's part of the reason The Walking Dead hasn't had, like... you know, as much room to work with. But, yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Yeah, Walking Dead overall is good. I haven't seen the last several episodes yet. It's on Netflix now as of recently, which is cool. So I will definitely be sure to check out the last few episodes of The Walking Dead because I definitely want to see how the show ends.
You're gonna love the ending. Obviously some episodes here and there aren't as good as others. Some of them are great, but the ending of the very, very last episode is like top 30 episodes ever for me personally. And that's saying a lot because there's a lot of episodes, you know.
So that's something to look forward to, I guess.
Yeah.
I've been watching, I haven't finished it yet, but I've also been watching the Wednesday show on Netflix. Have you seen that yet?
I've definitely heard of it. I've seen a lot of memes and reviews and stuff, and I think I like the actress, Jenna Ortega.
Jenna Ortega's really good. I like her in Scream as well. I'm going to be seeing Scream later this year, the new one, because I'm a huge Scream fan.
And she's pretty hot too. I know a lot of people are gonna be like,
for sure.
A lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, what are you saying that you weirdo, bro?" She's like my age, all right.
You're allowed to. No, she's 20 years old, and also not only that, but like Jenna Ortega is like you're allowed to say someone's pretty, you know, like the fuck.
Yeah, just be careful with like your phrasing or whatever. Like you can't just go to someone's 10-year-old daughter and be like, "Damn, she bad as fuck."
Oh yeah,
you can't do that.
Weird.
But
that's weird.
But you could say she's a cute kid, or you know.
Yeah, no, of course.
Especially as a guy, like
I feel like you can't really. I don't know. It's just like I think people go a little overboard with that sometimes. Like Joe, let me ask you something.
Okay.
If you were to go up to someone like 3 years younger than you, I think that would be like, what, 17, right?
Yeah.
If you were 17. To say they were hot, like, what do you think of that?
Personally, the limit with me is 3 years, either older or younger. That's the limit. And I don't care if they're 17 and I'm 20. But for me, it's 3 years. I don't think 3 years is a lot. If it's me and a 16-year-old, then that's weird. You know.
Oh yeah. I think 4 years is pushing it a lot.
Yeah.
3 years
is 3 years is fine.
And
personally.
Yeah. But yeah, no, with one of my old partners. We were 3 years apart.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no,
what happened?
it's alright. No, I was just gonna say, like, some people are really, like, stingy about that shit. Like, I know this guy, this YouTuber, I think his name is Call Me Carson. I remember he dated
I remember that.
I remember he was like 19 and the girl he was with was 17, which is 2 years.
Yeah, and you want to know, in Twitter being fucking Twitter decided, oh, you're a pedo. That's it. Oh, why? Because she's 1 year below fucking 18 and he was 19? Just because they were 2 years apart? Twitter being You know how Twitter is, Joseph. Twitter is fucking toxic as hell. So
that's why I don't have Twitter. Yeah.
It's just like people, like, I get it comes from a good place. It comes from a good fucking place. But the fact that it's just it kind of annoys the fuck out of me, to be honest, that people go overboard with it. And it also prevents people who are actually guilty of this stuff. Keep someone. It prevents people who are actually guilty of this shit from getting caught. You know what I mean? You heard what I said, right? Under my coughing breath.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I agree. You know, but they'll complain about that. But they'll say the only thing they'll say about like a 21-year-old girl dating this like 50-year-old guy, they'll only say that's like, oh, she's weird or she's a gold digger or anything, but they'll never throw the pedophile word, you know? They'll never say that.
By definition, that isn't pedophilia because they're not.
I know.
It's not a child.
Yeah.
But it's weird. It definitely is bizarre, but it's not pedophilia.
Yeah, it's not pedophilia, but it's crazy how they'll get more pissed over a 2-year age difference versus like a 20 to 30-year-old age difference, even if they're both of age, you know.
It's ridiculous. Anyways, very stingy topic, but we can, I guess, go back to what we were talking about earlier about Jenna Ortega. Yeah, no, Jenna Ortega is really cool. I can definitely see myself settling down with Jenna Ortega. You know, I could definitely see that. Nah,
I cannot. I mean.
Yeah, no, but like seriously, it's just the Wednesday show is really nice. I'm on episode 6 right now. The Wednesday show is pretty cool. I've actually been really enjoying it a lot. It's I think it really is not bad, honestly. It really is. It's a nice tribute to the Addams Family movies. I think there was only 2 movies of the Addams Family. I only saw the first thing, actually.
There was the old one with the people, that live action, and there was those 2 shitty animated ones that I didn't see.
Yeah.
I heard they were really bad, but I heard she was really good as the girl, you know, and you know, I've only seen my mom watch it for like 5 minutes, and I don't know. I shouldn't judge too soon, but. Yeah, I mean it looks interesting though. I might watch it.
Yeah, no, I only saw the first one. I think there were some other Addams Family movies, but the Wednesday show is really cool. I definitely would recommend it. It's on Netflix, so you have access to it whenever. There's 8 episodes of it. Each episode's like 56 minutes long, so you'll it's definitely something to entertain you. And let me know what you think about it when you do get around to it.
All right. Seb, what's it called? Have you seen The Wire? I'm guessing you've seen The Wire.
Yes! Oh my god! I was talking about that before you got on the call. I was literally asking Adam. Yeah, The Wire is such a good show. Okay, here's the thing. My family are
What's it called?
Me and my family are currently watching it. We're on season 4. We have not seen all of it yet. We're on like season 4 still.
Yeah. Can I get a non-spoiler review of it?
Sure. So basically, The Wire is another excellent show. It's very detail oriented. It's very complicated, so it requires you to pay attention a lot. But The Wire is basically this show. It's this crime show, right? Where basically there's one guy. Do you have It's about detectives. There's one of the main characters' names is Detective Jimmy McNulty.
Okay.
And it follows his story where he works for the homicide division of the police, and it takes place in Baltimore, Maryland. And then you have another plot line where it involves the projects of Maryland. There's like these projects and how they sell drugs and how they operate and whatnot, and they're trying to catch them. And then it also dives into the politics aspect of it. There's political figures, and it's a very interesting show. It's about crime, politics, police work. There's many different plot lines to it. It all comes together very nicely, and I would recommend it. It's a very good one. Season 1's if I were to rank all the seasons so far, I would say Season 1's the best. Season 3 is my second favorite. Season 4 is pretty good so far. Season 2, I would say, is probably my least favorite. I wouldn't say Season 2 is bad, but it's definitely the least compelling out of all the seasons of the show.
Okay.
I would say.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it. I'm definitely going to watch that sometime.
Yeah, it's an HBO series, so if you have an HBO account or HBO Max, definitely look into it. I really enjoy The Wire. I think The Wire is a excellent show, and I can't wait to finish it with my family. We're on season 4 still.
That's dope. Yeah, no. Actually, you know what would you say generally, like, is your top 10 favorite shows?
That's tough. There's a lot of good ones out there.
I can name a few.
I could just name. Can I just not do any particular order?
Yeah, sure.
I'll write this in the chat, I guess, just so I don't lose my train of thought. So Walking Dead, obviously, Breaking Bad, those are no-brainers.
Okay.
Better Call. I'll add Better Call Saul. Why not? I'll add Better Call Saul. It was a very enjoyable series to watch. I guess I'll add the Wednesday show just because I've been really enjoying that. The Wire is really good. As we mentioned. This is off from everything else, but Courage the Cowardly Dog. I know it's an animated show, but I have a lot of great memories of that show.
Yeah.
It's separate from everything else, I know, but I really love Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I still watch cartoons and stuff as well.
Yeah, no, Courage the Cowardly Dog is a really, really cool one. And then, there's a bunch of other ones. I guess old SpongeBob, not new SpongeBob, old SpongeBob. The older ones, because the newer ones suck.
Yeah.
And if you think otherwise, if you try to argue otherwise, you're just wrong. I'm sorry.
I haven't caught up on. Yeah. I used to watch SpongeBob all the time, but
sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree with all the ones that I have seen that you listed. Like what's it called? Obviously Breaking Bad is my favorite, so that's there. I would put Better Call Saul as well. Walking Dead.
Oh, have you seen Broadchurch?
No.
Have you seen Broadchurch? Broadchurch is a British show. It's a British series that's on Netflix. I think it only goes up to 3 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only 3 seasons long, and then they ended it at season 3. But it's a crime show. It's about a British detective who, in the first season, they're trying to figure out who murdered a kid. There's a murder of I think it was a 10-year-old kid or something. Someone murdered a 10-year-old kid, and it basically goes into who done it sort of thing.
Okay.
For season 1, season 2 pretty much follows season 1, where there's like a whole criminal. They're basically the person that murdered the kid goes to trial and stuff, and then season 3 there's a new crime case where they discover there's a rapist going around.
Okay.
In season 3, and so they try to figure out who that is as well.
I'll think of
it.
And I'll see if
sex is obviously a huge theme in season 3. I would recommend Broadchurch heavily. Broadchurch is a really good Netflix show. I would heavily recommend it. It's really good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch The Wire. But yeah, yeah. I mean, but yeah, no. So Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, Walking Dead. I would put Daredevil up. Daredevil is my favorite superhero show ever.
I have yet to see Daredevil.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
know my friend Greg is really into Marvel and MCU and superhero stuff, so I'm sure he can tell you all about Daredevil.
Daredevil is amazing. You know, like obviously, if you just watch Daredevil, like let's just say some of the the other shows like Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Defenders, Punisher, like there's some events in those other shows that'll give you more context to Daredevil to watch it and have it all make sense. So there is that, but other than that, it's still a fantastic show. It's still top 10 for me. But also, on top of Daredevil, I would put The Boys, personally.
I've also yet to see The Boys, but I guess I'll add that. I also added Ed, and Eddy. It's a side show,
yeah.
but that's also a good show from my childhood.
Yeah, facts.
I'll just I wrote this down. I wrote down all the shows currently. If there's any that I'm missing, and it's in no particular order, so I'm not saying The Boys is the best or Breaking Bad's in number 9 or whatever. It's in no particular order. It was just whatever came to mind.
Yeah, for sure. On top of that, some people might disagree, but even though the ending was not good, I would still say Game of Thrones is one of the best shows ever, despite the ending not being good. Have you seen Game of Thrones?
Yeah, Game of Thrones is a show I haven't seen yet. I was recommended Game of Thrones a few times. I would say... Yeah, I heard the ending sucked, though. I heard they fucked up the ending badly. But I heard that Game of Thrones is a really, really solid show, and I might pick up on it later.
They are.
But Attack on Titan is something I really need to get back into as well. They haven't renewed the second season for a while, and then I had a bunch of other stuff go on, so I haven't really gotten around to watching the rest of Attack on Titan because I only saw the first season. I didn't see the rest of it.
Oh man, yeah, it gets really good, especially like I don't know which one is my favorite, but it gets better, you know. Yeah, and they're still making like I think there's gonna be like 3 parts, and I think they're working on part 3, and then the show's over. I think, but yeah, Attack on Titan definitely one of the best animes ever.
Yeah, for sure. It's one of the most popular animes too out there.
Yeah, I also found this out recently that One Piece, I'm pretty sure, has the most sold comics or manga ever, which makes sense. You know, it has like 1,000 something episodes, so it would make sense that people would want to be the diehards would want to be caught up to all that and everything. But yeah, I never saw One Piece though. I just know that. I know my brother Adam is watching it, and Adam is watching it too. So, yeah.
Both Adams are watching it.
Yeah. Nah, my brother might even be a bigger anime fan than me. I mean, to watch through the entirety of One Piece, like, that takes dedication. Even if you enjoy the show, like, yeah. So he's definitely, but no, animes are like, oh my god. Have you seen some of the, okay, there's these few animes that have been doing really well right now. Have you seen Chainsaw Man, the new Bleach, or My Hero Academia.
I on Halloween when me, Adam, Eddie, and Hunter, we were all hanging out, right? When we were on Halloween, they showed me the first episode of Chainsaw Man, and I gotta be honest, it's a little weird. I definitely found Chainsaw Man to be very complicated and weird at first. I will say the art style is fucking awesome. Like, they really did a outstanding job with the art in Chainsaw Man. I think the lighting and the art that they do in that show is really cool. And it's unlike any other anime I've ever seen at that point.
Yeah. I'd say it's not the most, like... It definitely has... It definitely does things that haven't been done in any other anime, but I wouldn't call it the most original anime ever. It still feels like it's actually very similar to Bleach to me. I don't know if anyone else will see it that way, but
Bleach was another one that like an old friend of mine really binged back in the day.
Yeah, not My Hero. Bleach is the only like really long anime that I watched through, and that's why I enjoyed like the new season of Bleach came out, and like this might be the best season of Bleach ever, and it's off of like a hiatus, so it's like it's a true gift. It's a Christmas gift to all the longtime fans of Bleach and everything, you know. And that's why like Chainsaw Man is gonna have to do like Chainsaw Man's really good, but it's gonna have to like do a lot better if they want to compete with Bleach, you know. Like like me and Adam have been talking. He's been saying like just wait, you know, Chainsaw Man, it gets better and better, and it only had like 12 episodes, which is short personally. But they are already making season 2 and everything. And I'm sure it'll get better, but it's to compete with Bleach is like it's gonna have to get a lot better than, you know.
Yeah, I know. There's so many shows I need to watch now. I have to finish the Wednesday show. I gotta finish The Walking Dead as well. I gotta wrap that up. There's this other show that I only saw the first episode of. It's called Station 11. It's on HBO Max. Have you heard of it?
No.
It's on HBO. I hear it's a really good show though. Station 11. It's about this. It's very similar to COVID, where basically there's a pandemic in like Chicago, Illinois, and it pretty much is like the end of the world. It's the apocalypse. There's no zombies or anything, but it's like there's a worldwide lethal pandemic, and there's very few people on Earth at that point. So it follows the story of people that are just surviving. It's really good, actually. From what I've heard, so I got to finish that show as well.
Yeah, the only thing that reminds me of the way you explained it is this really mediocre show called Containment, which is also kind of similar to COVID but more deadly. It actually came out before COVID was even a thing, so you know that show holds up really well. But oh my god, it just popped into my head. Another show I would add to my top 10. I haven't finished watching it. I'm on season 3, but Sopranos is a great show. I don't know if you saw Sopranos, but it's a great show. I have not seen
The Sopranos yet. No, I've heard a lot about it though. I hear it's like also my dad said his favorite shows are Breaking Bad, The Wire, and The Sopranos. Those are his favorite shows of all time.
If you like Breaking Bad, you will like Sopranos as well. It's not like the same. It's not like the same premise and everything. Like, you know, the characters are way different and stuff, but there's a lot of like, and it's made by different people as well. But there's a lot of similarities with like the way it's written, and the way the way it's directed and stuff. Like, I'm already considering it to be top 10, and I'm only on season 3, which yeah, it's Sopranos is really good. I would consider
Yeah,
watching that as well. Which
I
it's
think
on
once
HBO
we-
Max.
yeah. I think once me and my family are finished with The Wire, I think after a little while we'll probably commit to The Sopranos, and it's definitely a show that we will commit to. But yeah, The Wire is one we're still currently watching. We're on season 4 right now. There's 5 seasons of The Wire total.
Yeah. I checked to see how many. I kind of want to. I'm going to finish watching Sopranos, and then by then I'll tell you if that's good. And then I'm going to start watching The Wire, because usually. Well, sometimes I like. Well, actually, I am watching more than one show at once, but I feel like I don't want to watch. Sorry?
When you watch the first episode, there's this one scene. This is not really spoilery, I would say. Actually, I don't want to say all of it, but basically, there's a scene in the first episode where the boss, the major, gets really fucking pissed off at one of the main protagonists of the show, and he starts cursing him out. He starts cursing the detective out because he's his boss. Imagine working somewhere and your boss hates you so much to the point where he curses you out. That's rough.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, yeah. That sounds even worse than when I was working at UPS as a package handler. Which I don't recommend. UPS and all those fucking delivery companies, it's not worth it.
Yeah. My friend Greg, he had this friend who worked at Amazon, and Amazon is I would say it's notoriously awful to work at Amazon. It is notoriously terrible to work there.
Yeah, I've heard.
Employees are constantly overworked. They don't pay enough for the shit that they make you do. It's not worth.
I've heard that so many, that's literally all I hear. And even my dad and my mom are saying, maybe you should, before they were like, maybe you should work for Amazon. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that shit. And, I can understand why, because I already worked at UPS and I have some experience with that stuff, but no, it's not worth it. But, oh yeah, speaking of jobs, I recently became a dasher for DoorDash, so that should be interesting.
Oh, that's cool. Currently, I am unemployed this year, but one of my big goals is to get a job this year, so I really would like to look for a job this year. And I guess we'll see how that goes. Wish me luck on that.
Best of luck, yeah, I would consider, you can do what you want. I would consider looking into one of those food delivery, or just people delivery apps,
You think working at DoorDash is good?
From what what it was cool? My dad signed up for DoorDash first because he retired from his job a few months ago, and congrats to him. But yeah, he still likes. But he still wants to do a little work on the side, just to make some more money, and he's been door dashing as well, and he took me out and showed me the ropes and everything. And the last time I went with him, I was driving him, and then he was running into the restaurants to pick up the food and bring it to the houses, and then I would drive. It's cool. We gotta until we both start going on by ourselves and everything. We got a good system, one of us drive, the other pick up the food and and then drop it off. It's like a dynamic duo of dashers. But yeah.
I will It's definitely something I'll consider. I definitely really have to get to applying for jobs for sure. It's
And it's very
definitely
easy.
something.
I'm not gonna force you to work for anyone, but I guess I'll give a little like, you know, what's the word? I'll
I
explain
guess
a little
tips.
bit like yeah, or not tips, more of like a description of like with DoorDash for example. You can work whenever you want really. You can work for 2 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours. It's up to you. As long as you know you got enough gas in the car or whatever, or enough charge on your bike or Tesla. But you choose your own time. You can work. You can pick up and drop off stuff. Like you can choose the distance you want to go. Like you don't have to go too far if you don't want to. You can decline and accept orders. And before like it doesn't just put you straight into an order. You can look at the details of them before you decide to accept it or not. Like it'll say how much they're tipping, the pay and the distance, and it's really like a really good, like really flexible, good time management and everything. But yeah, that's me. But yeah. What do you think is what would you say is like your ideal job?
I actually was thinking of maybe working in a movie theater.
Oh yeah, that would be nice.
Honestly, that could be it. That I know it's kind of like similar. I don't know. I think working in a movie theater was always really cool. I don't know. Could be. I also have several movie theaters around in Brooklyn, so with the proper training, I feel like I could do it for sure.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. I mean, it would probably be a lot of like, oh god, depending on the job you get there, like, it'd probably be a lot of cleaning and stuff. And I mean, at least you get to watch free movies and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I would get to go see Scream for free.
Yeah.
The one later this year, if I were to get one, but I have to. Nothing is set in stone. Obviously, I gotta look. Hunting for jobs is probably one of the worst parts about actually trying to get a job. I'd say hunting for the right job is probably the worst, especially in New York when there are a lot of jobs that don't need hiring, and
Yeah.
you gotta reach out. It's a whole fucking process, and I hate the process for it because it's not the first time I've done the process. I've done the process many times and had no luck previously, so it's not a fun process.
Yeah, it took me a while to get like UPS. Like when I got to that, it was pretty quick when I first signing up. It was just kind of tedious. Like I had to watch a bunch of videos and write a bunch of responses and stuff, like check off some things. But other than that, it was pretty quick with helping me like sign up. But the job itself sucked. Like I was always standing up. The weather was so on and off. Like sometimes I'd be sweating a fucking river, or I'd be freezing and I need like a winter coat because it was right next to the window, or not the window, but where the trucks board and everything. It probably wouldn't have been as bad if I got into like one of the middle belts towards like the middle of the building, but it still would have sucked. And oh my god, this was the worst part. I think 4 or 5 times I went there. By the way, I always get there at like 2 in the morning, which sucks. So I get there, and like 4 or 5 times, I'm about to like sign in or whatever, and then my boss comes to me and he's like, "Oh, we're a bit like over. There's a bit too many people working here right now. You can go home." And it's like, bro, I woke up in the fucking morning. I came here to work at this shitty job. Now I have to go all the way back home. Like, at least I get a day off. But I would have liked to know about it before I fucking go 6 miles there. And then in the morning, and this was before I was like driving. This was my dad had to wake up and drive me there. And then he had to go to his work. So it was stressful for not only me, it was stressful for him because he had to drive me. And then at those times I would call my dad and he'd drive right back, pick me up.
That sounds horrible. I'm glad you don't have that job anymore.
Yeah. I'm surprised I didn't quit. I was laid off or whatever because apparently I wasn't as good as as my boss wanted me to be. But you know what? If I were to talk to him now, I would be like, you know what? Thank you, sir. Thank you for firing me. You made my life so much easier. I'm glad I'm not working at that shitty fucking underpaying job. Fuck you, I'm out. But thank you for firing me. That's what I would say if I got to speak to him.
Honestly, well, first off, you weren't fired. You were laid off. And being laid off is different because that just means they can't afford to pay you. So they just, they laid you off.
Yeah, laid off, fired. It felt like being fired, but yeah, laid off, yeah.
Yeah, no, laid off, it's basically, even though it's not technically being fired, it's just a nice way of saying get the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly. But I didn't care how he said it. I didn't care if he said, "Get out of here, you fucking honky cracker." Fucking, I don't care what he said. As long as he told me like, "You're done," I'm glad. Because, yeah, I'm out of there. I'm just surprised I didn't quit, because it sucked. But yeah, that's that. But yeah, DoorDash. You know what's also cool? Do you have an electric bike, or have you ever used one?
I do not. I don't plan on getting one, to be honest. I actually prefer walking. I actually really think walking is good for you, and I enjoy walking a lot. So
yeah,
walking
for sure.
is just good exercise overall.
Yeah, for sure. Whenever I get the chance to walk, I will walk. But when it comes to the DoorDash, the electric bike that I got is going to be super helpful. Especially, like, the one I got, it goes, so there's 5 gears on pedal assist, right? Which means if you were pedaling the pedals, it gives you a slight boost, so you're not doing all the work. On gear 5, that's the fastest. And usually that you're going faster, but it drains the battery. But even then, it still can take you like 60 miles about, which is great for a gear 5, That's like, usually with electric bikes, when you're going the fastest you could possibly go, the battery drains with like really fast, like probably within like 2 hours or 3, or unless you have a really good one, like the one I got, where you could go 60 miles on the fastest setting, which for an electric bike, it wasn't. I didn't even get the most expensive one. Obviously, I didn't need to, but like it's really good, and it was even cheaper. In case you're curious, the one I bought was it was called the Electric X Premium, which is an upgrade from the other electric bikes, and it came with a since it was on a holiday sale, I bought it and it was cheap. It was cheaper than it would have been, and since it was on a holiday sale, it came with a free car lock, a free bag for storage, some other stuff, and some I got a really good deal. So yeah, I'm super happy with that.
Sounds really neat. I think we're getting close to. I don't know how close we are to the end of the podcast. I think we're getting close to wrapping up. Right? We started a little while ago.
Let me check the time.
Yeah, check the time. I think we're getting pretty close, right? Unless there's if there's one more topic you want to talk about, by all means.
It's right now. It just turned 7:38. That reminded me of this song. Never mind. It's so we've been on for about an hour and an hour and 30 minutes probably, I'd say. But yeah. I mean, hey, we talked about a lot. I expected. Yeah. I didn't think we'd get sidetracked from Breaking Bad as much as we did, but it was still, and it sucks.
I'm okay with that. I think we had a pretty good talk, honestly.
Yeah, it sucked that their phone, Adam and Kalell's phone died, and Kevin couldn't be here, but it's okay.
It's unfortunate. Hey, if you ever need me to be a reoccurring guest on the podcast, don't be afraid to hit me up. I'd be totally down whenever, because I actually really enjoy doing these podcasts. I think they're really fun. So if you ever need me in the future for them, feel free to DM me or whatever,
For sure. You know what? Let's finish The Wire and Sopranos, and then let's do business. I think that'd be a good.
Okay, all right.
That'd be a good. Oh, got my camera. But yeah, I think that'd be a good reoccurring, theme to, go off on, because I'm still only on. I just started season 3. You're on season 4 of The Wire. I haven't seen The Wire. You haven't seen Sopranos, so yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's definitely do it. Joseph, thank you so much for having me on, for sure.
Thank you it's a pleasure. Thank you for coming on again. And congrats on being not only the first guest, but also the first reoccurring guest. So congrats.
Yeah, that's definitely an honor. And I would definitely be down for doing these again, for sure.
Yeah. I'm just surprised that we didn't talk about we definitely talked about Breaking Bad a lot, but I was expecting we get all the topics out at first and then talk about Breaking Bad for the duration, but like I said, I still think even if it's just us most of the time, I still thought it was a good podcast.
I thought it was a good topic, and for what it was worth, even though Kalell and Adam couldn't be on, it was really good. I think we made the best of it.
For sure. All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, sounds good. Have a good one, Joseph. Bye-bye.
Peace.